Hey. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that thumbs up. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So, the nights of my late streams are going to come to an end because I'm actually going to get back on track soon. Not yet, but soon, within the next day or two. So I will reveal the website a little while. It's 99% done. It's not 100% done. But the good news is I'll let everyone know you can also pay through your Amazon account. So you don't even have to worry about like credit card. You can use your Amazon account to pay. I will be up and running on Amazon shortly. So if you don't like the website, I apologize, but I've been working on it 15 hours a day, every single day for almost a month. So I personally am proud of it. There are some things that I want to change, but if I don't reveal it and get moving, I'm going to go broke before I even begin. So we're almost out of funds and I had to get this done. So, okay. But I'm going to show you guys that in a little while. First, let me say that I don't watch Ernie. I don't know Ernie Shell the way other people do. I've never really watched Ernie the way other people do. So I can't tell you like his history or anything. But what I can tell you is I believe personally it was a drug psychosis. And I'm going to play it and everything. And I'll let you guys tell me what you think, especially those that know Ernie much better than I do. But I can promise you that, in my opinion, this was a drug psychosis. He was screaming for his brother. Now, why they tased him, that I don't know. But Shannon Avery had the whole thing on video, or Avery Shannon has the whole thing on video. So I'm going to go ahead and play that in a minute. I also want to say that Heels on the Ground did a funny ass video about McDouche last night. I didn't watch him. I can't watch him. I give credit to anybody that can watch him because I couldn't do it. So yeah. Joseph, don't teach you about the website. Can't get right into it. Gotta wait for more people. Your opinion? Yeah, I do. We've been saying for a week he will be on highway soon. Yeah, I'm 100% convinced that he had a drug psychosis. Now, for those of you, let me also say, for those of you that aren't familiar with like what a drug psychosis is, a drug psychosis is, in layman's terms, basically when you see things that are not there. You believe that you're seeing stuff that's not there. For example, yeah, I can't, Catherine. For example, cocaine psychosis. Okay. A lot of cocaine psychosis. You see ninjas in the trees. You really believe that somebody is out to get you. I've experienced this. It is not fun. And it's not so much hallucination because somewhere in you, like you're still your own person and you still have your own head together, but you really believe that somebody is out to get you. It is very common when you do a lot of cocaine after like a long period of time. And this is going on just my own personal knowledge. I'm not reading anything. I'm not looking at anything. This is all personal knowledge. And you feel like you really believe that the people like next to you at a store are like looking at you weird, or that they're going to kill you, or that, you know, there's people hiding in the trees, and eventually you see them. Like you literally see people and there's nobody there. And then you snap out of it. It's happened to me more than once. It's one of the main reasons why I gave up cocaine. I've seen it happen with meth and I've seen it happen with cocaine. And Piper, that was not a psychotic break. I'm sorry, but it wasn't. That was a drug psychosis. And I'm sorry if you don't want to admit that he does drugs. He's already admitted that he does drugs. So sorry, but I don't know what to tell you. So, I didn't know what his deal was until someone said that Piper, I'm not wrong. Until somebody said that he saw ninjas in the trees. That is such a drug psychosis episode. Schizophrenia, you may see something, but schizophrenic episode is a little different. And yeah, it's not good. So I was jumping off the bridge on Saturday Night Fever. That's not good. But a schizophrenic episode or a psychotic episode where you see delusions, you act differently. Your psychosis is a different type of psychosis. What I witnessed today was a drug psychosis. And if you add mental illness into a drug psychosis, it's that much worse. Now, are there other drugs that you can do that will cause it more than cocaine or meth? Absolutely. Anybody can have a drug psychosis. Like, people have had them from acid. I personally have never had a drug psychosis from acid, which is a hallucinogenic. So you would think logically one would get a drug psychosis from a hallucinogenic, but I personally have never. It's a different type of psychosis. It's not a paranoia type of psychosis. There was a murder recently in 2019 about a guy who had a drug psychosis. Didn't have a drug psychosis, had a psychiatric psychosis, bashed his mother's skull in, bashed his grandparents' skull in, bashed the AIDS skull in, and bashed their skull in because he was having a psychotic episode. There were no drugs involved. From what I understand, many psychotic episodes and many psychotic schizophrenia episodes are violent. And he wasn't violent at all. So that's why I say that I tend to shy away from the psychotic episode without drugs based on the simple fact that he was not violent. And I'm going to cover this story that I'm talking about, this murder. It was horrible. So that's why I don't believe that he had a psychiatric episode or a schizophrenia episode based on that. Because again, if you do some research, you'll find out that most psychotic episodes are violent. So Ernie was arrested with the stolen van. He admitted to the cops he took meth. Yeah, I was going to say, he's admitted he's done meth. Now, meth won't always give you a psychotic episode, but it can. It depends on, your brain, how much your dopamine you have left, and that's what causes it, in my opinion, in my research, in my own personal studies. I have no dopamine left. I have done so much cocaine. Why would I say such a thing? What? That is so not true. What? He does go on binges. He's never denied that he does meth, but he doesn't smoke it. He snorts it. It doesn't make a difference. I don't know why people think that there's a difference whether you snort it or smoke it. It's still all the same. It's still bad. And cocaine will hit you differently. Not cocaine. Meth will hit everybody differently because basically it's battery acid. People don't realize that. Meth is pure chemicals. There's nothing good to it. It's pure chemicals. Kalea, I don't know what you're talking about, but that is so not true. I don't even know if you were talking to me or what. Jimbo got his last arrest papers where admitted he did meth. Yeah, that's what I heard too. Drugs are so bad. And I'll never forget this. Brad's old parole officer. said to him one day years ago, had said, look, you get to a certain age where you just quit doing drugs. And you're at that age, like after 30, 35, like you just quit doing drugs. And I thought it was interesting, and it's always stuck with me. So when dopamine is depleted from your body, no, you just can't do it. Like if I did cocaine right now, I would automatically get paranoid. Automatically. There would be I wouldn't need a whole bunch. I wouldn't need a lot. It would just take a tiny, tiny bit for me to get paranoid. Why? Because I have no dopamine left in my body. And my body no longer produces dopamine because of all the drugs that I've done. That's just the way it is. And thank God that I never had I was never caught where I was arrested. I never did anything that got me dead. I could have been dead. I should have been dead. I actually did things that I should have been dead. But I guess I have a little angel watching over me that I wasn't. Thank God. So, yeah. Calais, I'm still waiting for your answer. My daughter gets violent when she has been off her meds for a couple of days. Yeah, I don't know. That's the other thing. I don't know if he's prescribed prescription drugs. I don't know anything like that. So I don't know if that's what happens to him. But if he's an occasional meth user, that could definitely happen. You could get paranoid and go into a drug psychosis. Like if I did it, if I did cocaine, I could do 3 lines and I'll be fucking paranoid. I'll be thinking somebody is outside. His girlfriend just got charged with heroin. No, I did not see that. Heroin would not put you in a drug psychosis, though. As far as I know. Oh, it's okay, Catherine. I've told the story before. I've had some wild fucking stories on drugs. Like, really bad. One ended up in the hospital. And talk about paranoid. Whew. But all of those things made me who I am today. And I have no problem sharing it. Hey, K-Rocks. I have no problem sharing it. I have no problem talking about it. I have no problem discussing it. Because just like weight loss, if I can help one person, I'm all for it. If I can help one person change for the better, then I'm all for it. If I can get one person to open their eyes and notice that their kids are doing drugs and what the signs are, I'm all for it. I've had a lot of people contact me that they made appointments for weight loss surgery because I'm an inspiration to them. That's awesome. We should all get skinny together. I mean, it is. That's awesome. And I feel the same way about drugs. People think I share my drug stories for some evil reason or some narcissistic reason. No, I share them because if I can help one person or if I can make one person feel better about the shit they've done, then so be it. I mean, that's what we all have platforms for, to help others, to enlighten others, to educate others, whatever it is. So I have no problem sharing my stories. I'm not embarrassed of them. I'm not ashamed of them. Every single mistake that I made me who I am today, plain and simple. So, and again, I have no shame in that. So thank you, Debbie. Look at members. One of the members getting surgery too. Feel like people are staring through sober from anxiety. Staring? What do you mean? Staring through sober. I don't know what you mean by that. He was in the hospital the day before yesterday, teaser, and left hospital when he was advised to stay, and look what happened. There you go. And by telling our stories, we hopefully can help others. Exactly right, just Samantha. And again, I get a lot of shit. Not everyone in psychosis. No. But a schizophrenia psychosis, I was read as violent. Now, again, I don't know anything about Ernie, but I did look that up. And I didn't say all, though. Don't put an all on that. I said most psychotic episodes from schizophrenia are violent. When people get paranoid, they're violent. But again, I didn't say all. I said most. Hey, Rhonda. Rhonda, I got your sound clips ready. His episodes are getting more frequent. Hopefully they can keep him longer this time for him to actually get some help. I'm telling you, I believe it was a drug psychosis. But let me go ahead and play the video, and you guys tell me what you think. Hold on. Now, again, I am restreaming Avery Shannon, so you're going to see her in the corner. You able to run a casualty ban and a run? No, I know. I have to ask them how to do that. Because, no, it doesn't let me switch it. I'm going to turn it off in a minute, though, because it's kind of annoying. Oh. Hang on. All right. I want them to slow it down. It goes too fast and it's annoying. All right.
I fart in your general direction.
Your face, your ass, what's the difference?
Boy, your mother's...
It's bullshit. Everything with you is bullshit.
There you go, Rhonda. Any super chat gets a sound clip. Ugh. All right, here we go.
No, the cat. He's running after me. Fuck that.
What does he look like?
He ain't got enough shirt on. He's got cut off jeans. It's Shelby Shell. It's Shelby Shell.
Now, let me also let you guys know Shelby is in jail. Shelby is his brother who's in jail. He's not him. He's not there.
It's Shelby Shell.
Who is Shelby Shell?
He's my brother.
Is your brother that's with you?
No. Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm on YouTube. That man's chasing me, sir.
So he's convinced that people are chasing him. He is convinced that, like, he's walking around in circles.
I'm walking. I know he ain't. Because you're going to try to kill me. They're going to try to kill me. He is.
Now, from what I understand, someone called the police because he's been walking around in circles for like hours.
Yeah. Hello. I don't know. He said that guy, he's trying to kill me, Shelby Shell. Huh? I know. No, because I'm not going to hurt you. I swear. You're going to stop letting him kill me. I know nobody, Shelby Shell. I know nobody's going to kill me. You said it. Look. 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 No. It's a guy trying to run out. No, you're going to try.
Now, one thing I will tell you that I never did, I never left my house when I was high. So if I got paranoid, I stayed in my house. I've called the cops many of times, but I stayed in my house. I don't know why people go outside.
I can help you. Come on. No. Please don't. I'm trying to take you up church outside for it. They're trying to kill me. They're going to come get you. It's the cops. Where are you going to take me? Where you want to go? I think you're not supposed to. They're behind me. I can't help you. I can't help you now. I can't help you. See? I'm trying. They're going to let Shelby kill me.
Meth affects everybody differently. Brad never had stuff on his face. He never looked methy, and he was an avid user. And people I've seen him with didn't look methy either, didn't have holes in their face, nothing. It's all personal.
No, please. All I do is walk down the road. I haven't committed a crime. I haven't committed a crime. I haven't committed a crime. No, because he's going to kill me, man. He's going to kill me. That's Shelby. I haven't committed a crime. I haven't committed a crime.
And the way his mouth keeps moving also makes me believe it's meth.
I haven't committed a crime. I'm just walking down the road.
Meth will do that. Well, you'll look like you're talking and you're not. And at first I thought maybe the sound wasn't caught up with his mouth, but no, it is caught up. But he keeps moving his mouth, which is why I believe it's meth.
No, Shelby just said. That was Shelby. Please. I haven't committed a crime. I haven't committed a crime. I haven't committed a crime. I haven't committed a crime.
I'm just watching and observing him. Can you guys hear me?
You would not know if he tested for drugs, Tams. So that's a lie. Nobody would know that. He wouldn't know if they tested him for drugs.
Because
I haven't committed a crime. They got me to.
Fascinated by this.
That was Shelby, guys.
Trying to figure out what
Shelby.
Shelby's in prison.
That was Shelby Shell.
Can you guys hear
No,
me?
he ain't.
Okay, his brother Shelby's in
And they're
prison.
hiding right up here.
Hey, Avery.
Push me.
And he's walking in circles. He's been this way for hours. And he came up on a big firework display, and he thinks that it's a setup that they're going to shoot him and kill him.
The way he's clenching his jaw and the way he is moving his mouth without talking is why I 100% believe it was meth. Avery, I don't know if you heard earlier, but I said I was playing your video. I said, if you see Avery on the side, it's her video.
Him. Man.
Please, I haven't committed a crime.
Tams, he's not going to admit it, and they would not tell him. So they're not going to tell somebody, hey, you tested positive for drugs. That's not the way this works. And he's not going to admit it. And I'm sorry if you can't see that or believe that. Not my problem.
This is just absolutely insane. I'm trying to understand it.
I haven't committed a crime.
I don't know if it's drugs. I just don't know.
Wait, hold on a second, Kat. Now you got me confused. Candace was staying with his girlfriend in Georgia? Tans, no, I don't know everything, but there's a lot I do know. And I'm not usually wrong when it comes to drugs or certain things. Sorry if that bothers you. I had no idea that Candace was staying with his girlfriend. That's how much I follow this.
I haven't committed a crime, though. Huh?
These cops surrounding him this way.
I hear it.
Really gonna freak him out.
Don't let him kill me, please.
He just asked them to kill him.
Shelby.
Now, from what I understand, this is a small town and the cops know him and his brother. That's from what I understood from Avery today.
I don't see anybody else out here with, but it's that guy.
No, sir. He was back there.
He said he's trying to get you some help.
I don't know.
Don't shoot me, guys, please.
Mr. Shell. Is it Shell? Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Why do you think you know him?
He acts like he's my friend, but
Does anyone know who that red truck is? Who's in that red truck? Because I can imagine that red truck is scaring the shit out of him. Not on purpose. The guy's probably trying to help him. But has anyone found out who's in that red truck?
I don't know him.
Okay. Well, what's this guy go on?
Go. Huh?
What's that go on?
Can you call him out of the truck?
Well, be your friend. He ain't no help us.
Let's see. Let me go ask him too.
What's his name? Okay.
He said he's a friend of my friend Lindsay.
Donald, I don't know where he would have got drugs from. He's been by himself and walking the roads, and he has no money. I don't know what to think.
You want to come over here?
Like, honestly, that guy in the red truck is who's making him paranoid and stuff. So I don't know who the dude in the red truck is, but he plays a major role in this.
Over here.
Do you want him to come over here or not?
Yeah, he ain't gonna hurt me, is he?
Well,
Or kill me or nothing like that.
I'm trying to figure. Yeah, I seen that Harley's World. They were nice.
All the way back in you know, I'm over at that fireworks stand.
Jesus.
you want him else to come?
I don't know, JR. I don't know.
Where they at right now? Oh, wait, no. Is Shelby in the car with you? No. Can you go see? Yeah. Can you just open your doors from here? I can see.
And Shelby's in prison.
Okay, but what I do know is I know that you need help and
Can I walk over here, guys? There's a reason there's shadow over, guys. I mean, I ain't even done no criminal nothing. I ain't done nothing criminal. I'm on. Right here, please.
You know where Farmingdale is?
Farmingdale.
It's over here.
Where's that?
Subdivision.
Yes.
What do you mean subdivision?
I have a question. Is he on Long Island? Because Farmingdale's on Long Island. And I mean, obviously there's another Farmingdale, but is he on Long Island? Does anyone know?
EMS.
I agree, Donald.
No, but please, baby, I ain't done nothing, guys. Please, I ain't done nothing. Please, because they're going to kill me, man. Look, I haven't committed a crime. 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 But I haven't committed a crime. I really haven't committed a crime, though. I haven't committed a crime. I'm not going to get hit, I promise. Please. I haven't done nothing wrong. I haven't done nothing. Look, you can see it. I'll stop. I'll stop. I'll stop. See, he says he's walking off. Please don't. I haven't done nothing, guys. Where's it going to take this, please? No,
I know there are. I just didn't know where he was. But I thought when I heard that, I was like, Farmingdale.
please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Don't. Please. I know. Look,
See, that Southern girl, she agreed with me. Who's in the red truck?
man, I haven't done nothing wrong. I'm PP. Look, man, I'm PPS and everything. I'm going to take you again.
Okay. Now, Georgia cops are assholes, but can you please tell me why he was tased? He didn't do anything. He didn't break the law. He didn't do anything to cause it. So someone please tell me why he was tased and tased hard.
Get on your back.
Turn over.
Get on your back. I'm going to take
Turn
you
over.
again.
Turn over.
Get on your back. Okay, I'm on my back. I'm on my back, son. He's going to be the one shooting at me. Get on your back. Oh, God. Is he going to shoot me?
4, 5 stars of you.
No, he's going to shoot me.
Oh my God, you guys, I can't take this.
Get on
Oh
the
my
back.
God.
Get on your
I didn't say a drug-induced psychotic episode. I said a drug-induced psychosis. There is a difference. There's a big difference. A psychotic episode would mean he went psychotic. This wasn't a psychotic episode. This was a psychosis, meaning his brain, it was not normal. That's what psychosis, that's the difference. Big difference.
Okay, get on the back. Get on the back. My hands are behind my back, Ernie. My arms are behind my back.
Shelby Shell's going to shoot me.
Shelby's in prison, Ernie. He can't shoot you, buddy. He's in prison.
Please don't love me.
On this one.
Oh my God.
I hope you fucking trolls are proud of yourself, you piece of shit.
Okay, my question is, where did that come from? And I know that wasn't Avery, that was her, but the trolls have nothing to do with this. This is not a troll thing. This is a Ernie thing. So I don't know why she thinks it's a troll thing.
Ernie, quit fighting and listen. Ernie.
Oh my God, you guys. It was, yeah, that was live. Oh my God.
And I think that's Avery crying. But why would they tase him? I don't understand why they tased him. No, I don't think it was staged. Those cops were real. My son acts this way when he's awake on meth for days. There you go. I'm sorry for that, Stevie. So again, I'll go back to what I originally started with. And I don't know if it was definitely a drug psychosis. And I said this in the beginning, but I personally, yeah, I believe it was. I believe this was a product of drugs. I worked on a psych ward for years. Does seem like some kind of psychosis caused by booze, drugs, mental health, an infected tooth, and black mold, just to name a few I've seen. I thought it was excessive force too. I don't understand why they tased him. They did not need to tase him. He was not a threat to anybody. He wasn't bothering anybody. He wasn't hurting anybody. He was just in a drug psychosis. And I just don't feel, I think the tasering was a bit off. If you keep harping on his drug past threats, he's going to stress with PTSD and he'll crave the drug. No. That's an excuse that addicts give. Why does the camera go off as soon as the situation was over? The cops may have taken his phone. The cops probably took his phone. I don't know if he had pepper spray or not. BK and several other people have been telling him for weeks that his brother is getting out of prison and kill him. Okay. See people tased a lot. It doesn't bother you, unfortunately. But who had camera? He had the camera. He called 911 himself a few different times. I think they were afraid he was going to get hit. That's possible too. Who's in the kitchen?
What?
Out.
I'm getting out.
Someone's in the service. Yeah, I don't believe that's PTSD. What was he in the hospital before? Because a couple of people that I've watched on him, I watched that guy Jimbo, and they all said that he was drugs. He was technically a danger to others in that instant. Yeah, but not enough to get tased. They could have just arrested the guy. They didn't need to tase him. Yeah, but Sissy, didn't he put his brother in jail? Oh, absolutely, Danielle. It's ridiculous. The rattling sound I heard while he walked sure sounds like he may have. That's interesting, Joseph. You might be right. I don't know. He did the same thing yesterday, and the cops out there on him, too.
I might need your help tomorrow.
For what?
In case I can't, wake up or fall asleep, I'm going to need you to wake me up by, 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, you got football tomorrow.
I know, that's why.
Okay.
I mean,
That's what I say.
I'm laying down, I'm just closing my eyes, everything's, off, and I just can't fall asleep.
Because you slept all day.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule, but,
Okay.
it's, impossible.
He testified against him in a murder trial. All right. He had an episode. That's probably why he tased them. Because they're fed up. Because they just deal with this and him the day before. All right, hold on. And Georgia. 114 records found. Okay, just so you guys know, on May 12th, she was arrested for controlled substance and driving under the influence of drugs. Less than a month ago, 6 weeks ago. So yes, very easily he could have gotten drugs from her. Let me tell you, meth is no joke. People think meth is like other drugs. It's not like other drugs. Oh, his girlfriend. I know, right, Chad? Amen to that. Ernie Shell's girlfriend was just arrested for controlled substance and driving under the influence of drugs. There's a YouTube creator that captured that episode. It's on their channel. Carol, what channel? Yeah, but it's very, very possible. He got out of the hospital. He went to his girlfriend's house. He did drugs, got paranoid, and left. That's my opinion. I've seen it happen. And again, it's just my opinion. But I do believe that was a drug psychosis. The girl Tiffany that he got involved with is allegedly, I don't care who they're friends with. Carol, what's the channel? It's called Tiffany. They got, oh. I don't know, but it seemed like he was kind of listening. He was just in a paranoid delusional psychosis. What, the Ernie Down and Crazies Unite, that video?
Shit out. Selah,
Tell you what can help you. Lisa,
Hold on.
tell her to go to settings. Go to
Wait a
settings.
minute. She's trying to say.
Ain't gonna hide it. Everybody's seen it. But the reason I didn't jump to conclusions and jump right off the first bat like a lot of people did is because I know what it's like to have a charge like that, something like that, in which I'm innocent of. So I'm not going to rally down somebody's throat. I'm not going to rally down somebody's throat. I'm not going to.
So this video is titled Ernie Shell, Girlfriend Tiffany has a drug problem and both are being investigated for exploiting children. And someone that is having a drug paranoia will call 911. That I can tell you. Hey, Willow.
How you doing? How you doing? The fact of the matter is,
We're doing it.
well, I want you screenshotting it. I want you to screenshot it. We can use that against. Tell you, we're getting ready to take one.
Well, now you say it's been dropped. No. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, guys.
Girlfriend, and in her camera roll, she has all of this deviant behavior. Yeah, she wasn't set up. No, she posted those. She posted that screenshot to her own Facebook page.
You see? It's the fucking insanity!
Much respect. God bless. And I hope you guys share this video. Please get the word out there because it's very important. Thank you.
Like Tennessee.
Because, you know, how could anybody post something like that and not notice that, you know, you have some porn in your family roll down there? You know?
I didn't even know anything
Yeah.
about that. I didn't know anything about that. So
Yeah.
he needs to, he don't need to be, what's his mental state right now? And I'm not diagnosing him or nothing. I'm just saying he's not well. In my opinion, he's not well. He needs to be with people that take care of him and be good to him. You know what I
I
mean?
agree. He needs people that aren't blowing smoke up his ass and always trying to convince him that people that care about him are not his friends and they're bad people. Convince him to try to throw his whole team under the bus, which he did 3 times, and the team said, "We're done." You know, like you can't, throw everybody on the bus and tell us you're pretending and you're playing a tactic without consent from the team. Like, we're not okay with that. And so we weren't okay with that. And that was that,
For any type of motherfucker that's super reliable that he checked out AMA last night.
Is it me or does Benny look like a fucking total mess lately? Like, talk about someone that has aged dramatically in the last month. Like, am I the only one seeing this, or does Benny look like drugs are taking over? Because he has gone from being a decent looking dude to what he looks like here is night and day. Night and day. That's not normal progression.
Not this morning when he was walking at 8:30 a.m. EST.
So somebody went and got him. He changed his whole get up.
Yes, he did. He changed his whole outfit. I don't know if he got like an Uber ride to his rental or if someone is.
Okay, if you guys aren't seeing, Benny dropped about 30 pounds. Oh my God. Anyone else noticing this, or is it just me?
Actively participating in this movie.
Well, I can tell you this much, Nicolina.
I can tell you this much, BK. I'm sick of you getting blamed for shit.
I'm sick of getting blamed for it because that man, like, I did not hear them ask him about track marks. I didn't hear that. But
you
he
have
has
to replay it. I can't hear it because I'm deaf, so I can't hear low tones and high pitch. But multiple people said that this morning.
It's sad. I mean, but this is the deal. Like, they're blaming me because he's safe right now.
Like, you can see his shoulder bones. Like, dude, this is bad. This is really bad.
What do you mean? Like, even if he's in jail, he's safe. Let me tell you this. He was running parallel to a road with the police behind him. As soon as he gets squirrely, what is he going to do?
Run into traffic.
He's going to hook a out pattern looking for a pass and find a semi.
Dude, I was like, earlier today, I was like, oh my.
I got to look at some because this is bugging me. Hold on. Hang on, I'm just looking at something. I don't know. You can see how much weight he's lost, though, like in his shoulders. I mean, he's always been ugly. But that's a pretty big difference. See, you think it's health problems? I think it's drugs. I'm sorry, but this screams drugs to me. Yeah, the dark circles underneath his eyes. This screams drugs. Yeah, look how much different his shoulders are. Maybe not so much there. I have it off volume for a reason. All right, so now let's go back. Oh. Look at the difference. You better take care of himself. Benny, you're not looking so good. I don't know. He's hitting the bulb, no denying it. It looks like it. I don't know. I'm sorry. I think Benny's gross. Always did. And I don't know who this girl is. But he's looking pretty rough. Battery acid alone will kill somebody, let alone other ingredients in meth. I agree with that too. He's lost too much weight. He has lost a lot of weight. He looks terrible. And you know what's really sad? Yeah, I just don't know who she is. You know what's really sad though? And I mean this. What's really sad is that everyone in that Summer Wells community, it's like they made a shitload of money and they started doing a lot of drugs. That's what it looks like. It really does. It seems like all these drug addicts got caught up and now they're back on drugs because they all look like shit. I agree, sissy. But I do. I really believe that. I think this is all drugs from, they made a lot of money and hey, let's do drugs. It's the only thing I could think of because they all look like shit. And they all look like it. And by the way, for people that yelled at me about the other two, notice her allergies are gone. Notice she's totally different. He's not slurring as much. So y'all told me I was crazy? Yeah. Amazing. Her allergies are cured. See a shirtless video with him and Andrew? No, I did not. And I don't think I want to. Got to stay up to keep making more videos. Morning, Mother Bear. Ernie had a similar episode a few weeks ago, and they took him to the hospital, and he was out the next day. He claims it was from his mental health. I don't believe that, Monkey's mama. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I just don't think I am. But I don't know Ernie. So like I said, I'm not going to guarantee it. But what I see was a drug episode. I see a drug psychosis. Because I don't think they would be able to let him out if it was just a mental breakdown. I think only with drugs they have to let him out, or they can let him out. I agree, Catherine. I think it's stress with BK. Ever since the FBI went to his house, he changed. He's now against the walls because he didn't want to go down with that ship. I don't know. Let me tell you, nobody should ever get emotionally invested in a case as a creator. If you are emotionally invested in a case, you need to get out. You need to get off of YouTube. Nobody should be invested in a case. I told Tiffany that. I've told Marissa that. People could call me a narc all they want. Rule number one of reporting on a case, do not ever get personally invested. Is the worst thing you can do. And I really don't know why so many of these people have gotten so invested in one case. There's a million cases out there. I mean, I may cry over a case for a minute, but never get invested. I agree, Finest. He gives zero shit about any case. A lot of them don't. A lot of them just see dollar signs. I've seen someone in similar psychosis from meth. It's really quite sad, to be honest. I agree, Monkey's mama. That's what I'm saying. I believe this was meth. You can't have a bias to exactly. 100% correct. But I've told everybody that. People can call me cold-hearted bitch. I don't get personally invested. Thank you, Avery. Avery, you get sound bit.
It's bullshit. Everything with you is bullshit.
Bite me.
Bite me? Bite me. Bite me.
Bite my head, cheese dick.
Thank you. Would you mind playing my last video I uploaded about DV? I emailed you. It also, maybe people can report it. Yeah. They're mixing it. I know. We believe that's how Brad died, BlackRock, but we don't know for sure. We still don't have a death certificate. Exactly, Sissy. I don't care about emotional attachment. I'm not here to get emotionally invested. Avery. I was like, where am I going? The Dali Vision one, that one. And then before I show you guys the website, I got to show you Heels on the Air video. All right. So Avery asked me to play this. So hold on. Whoop.
Sorry about that, guys. I uploaded a video and didn't realize that I didn't have my microphone on. So here's Jimmy, aka Dolly Vision, yet again going at me. First off,
This video.
it's LGBTQT community. So he takes a picture of me from when I was on a live, and it says, "Excuse me, LGBTQ community. Could you please, or could you get George, meaning me, this pillhead," so now I'm a pillhead, "transgender man is out here acting crazy on these internet streets for a year straight, okay, guys? I've had my YouTube channel since December, and I didn't leave Dolly Vision until the end of February, but a year straight. You've been lying to your troll community, saying you were signing warrants. Jimmy, you might want to check with the Chesapeake Police."
This video? Is this the video? Am I looking at the wrong video?
Department. If you need, I can give you the case number that was done in the end of February. I can give you the case number because that's the case report that's been an open investigation while you dig your hole, okay, that is used here in Alabama to sign your warrants. All right. This is one big ass nose. Oh my God, George, put that away. Hashtag.
But this doesn't have anything to do with the topic, right? Like this is about Dolly and you. It has nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Next, Candace Wells. Once again, a threat to my son. Ms. No Personality. Hashtag laughing my ass off. What are them sores on your lip? Must be hanging with Savage. I don't see any sores on my lip. The things makeup can hide. I think he meant can't hide. No Photoshop. Put that on my life. That's the real deal. Of course it's the real deal, you dumb bitch. I came on panel like that. And what's so sad about this, you guys, is not just the threat again, the next Candace Wells, or usually it's the next missing referring to my son, which are threats. But he...
All right, but this has nothing to do with the conversation. That's why I'm confused. I don't, no offense, Avery, I don't play that game. I don't do the whole reporting stuff.
Else.
Avery is doing good, but I gotta tell her, Avery, you're way too emotional involved with these people. Don't do it.
That this video of this picture that you see of me is in March when my mother-in-law died from COVID.
Yeah, I'm not gonna continue to play. I'm not gonna do this to you. Who cares? These people are idiots. Don't even stress over it. I thought it had to do with tonight. All right. Hold on. I thought it was something to do with Ernie. I'm sorry. Hey, D-Lan. Laura stays out of BS trouble. That I do. Yeah, I don't believe in like mass reporting or anything like. I really don't. Okay, so remember at the beginning of this video, Avery, the only thing that's gonna help that is ignore it. Like honestly, just fucking ignore the guy. Who cares what he says? I know that it's really hard to do, but trust me when I tell you, ignoring goes a long way. For most people, you're going to have your psychotic people that don't care. I don't know why Joseph's thing is still up there. It shouldn't. I removed it a while ago. All right. So at the beginning of the video, at the beginning of this live, I told you guys about Heels in the Air did a video with McDonough. I was laughing out loud, for real. Hold on. Yo, my like Melon app is like stuck. Oh, wrong one.
For those of you who have been with me from the beginning know that I was the father, at least in law enforcement circles, of the advent of the white-collar intellectual predator.
Yeah, there is no such thing as some advent of the white-collar intellectual predator. Like, Chris, what the fuck are you even babbling about? Like, really? You just keep lying to gloat your own fucking head?
I was the guy that did that predictive analysis, and this was back in 1993 and 1995.
He did predicted analysis. Really? Predicted analysis. Bitch, please. He is H.G. Tudor.
I stood over the body of a 9-year-old little boy in a bathroom, and with public...
And blamed the brother of killing someone when they didn't? Or blaming some dude on Twitter for being Brian Laundrie? You mean that one? You mean just like that, Chris?
Doesn't know. Matthew Checky is Brandon Wilson. Is after that crime was committed, and if you ever want to see that video, it's in my video feed. After that crime was committed, he went back to a hotel and for 2.5 hours dropped quarters in and watched inappropriate material. Post homicide. So that the story that Candace put into the environment, because apparently she must have been the only one that saw Summer last.
Yeah, she's right. It was actually the boys that say he saw Summer last. And Captain, I agree with you.
And I would encourage any creator out there, and many of you have been doing an amazing job of finding different things that I'm not even seeing. But it's our responsibility to
Amen to this.
To focus on the truth. And if we look at this photo or this tattoo is a story.
Okay, the first thing I thought when I saw this, Chris, every tattoo has a story. There's not anybody who gets a tattoo that doesn't have a story behind it. Just saying.
There is a story behind this, a memory potentially behind this.
No, it's not AB. This is Chris McDouche.
There's something here. Does this correlate into the dark comments, the power of the words that Don said, almost immediately? I see her.
Does an old tattoo feed into this? Okay, just like the dude from Twitter. That's not her. That's Heels on the Air has that background music. So is that like the guy on Twitter that you blame for being Brian Laundrie?
Her in a dungeon, dark, being tortured. What father does that on Father's Day? I asked that question.
She's right. What kind of person, what kind of father does this on Father's Day?
Well, the kind of father that has the Grim Reaper potentially, that he's running from pain.
Okay. So every single person out there that has a Grim Reaper tattoo, you're an evil child molester who has a story behind it. Like, who believes this shit? Honestly, like, who really believes this nonsense?
Or has created pain. I don't know yet. I'm sorry, my beautiful girl, that I completely lost my mind.
Hazelnut, Chris McDonough is a fucking idiot. He is a psychological, narcissistic fucking idiot. So no, I have not made a mistake. Go ask Trek on Twitch if I made a mistake. Go ask Michael Crow if I made a mistake. I didn't make a mistake. I'm sorry you're fooled by such a narcissist. Well, I'm sorry you're fooled by such a narcissist. Go ask Trek on Nomadic Trek. Thank you, D-Lan.
Over what?
I know way too many people believe a word he says. I agree. He's a washed up drunk. I believe that too.
Then we start looking at the word I know.
Yeah, go ask Jamie. Jamie's another one.
So he's writing this letter to his daughter, apologizing that he lost his mind. See, I don't know if we're connecting that dot.
Okay, let me connect it for you. Okay, I'm going to connect it for you, Chris. You connect that dot by stating that he doesn't know how to save his daughter. He doesn't know how to find his daughter. But maybe if he didn't lose his shit on social media and wasn't in jail, he could possibly be out looking for his daughter. This is not rocket science. This is common fucking knowledge. He's a fucking idiot. Total moron. Because even I can connect those dots. It's not hard.
This is a letter of, it's presented as a letter of hope. And for him, it's a letter of repentance.
No, Chris, it's not a letter of repentance. He is writing this because maybe if he wasn't sitting in jail, and now that his head is clear, if he wasn't sitting in jail, he would be able to be looking for his daughter. And because he was so interested in social media, he was not able to look for his daughter. There's really no big secret behind this letter, Chris. Honestly, there's not.
You see, in order for, in his mind, for repentance to be full, you have to restore what you've taken.
Oh, also go ask Mary and all the other people that he claimed he did the stuff with that I called bullshit from day one. Yeah, who was right? Once again, I was. Don was never arrested. Nobody was coming to Utah. He's just a fucking liar.
That is a requirement of repentance. To give back what you took. And then the atonement is complete, at one with man. And in Don's mind, he immediately takes us to the Lord's Prayer. So what he's doing here is he's presenting this letter to God, not to his daughter.
Really? Because I think he's presenting it to his daughter.
Summers is in this, but it's more about how Don sees himself before his maker, which is always where Don goes.
I'm a pretty intelligent fucking person, and no, that's not what it says at all.
To deceive. Deception. Well, you know, she instigated it, quote unquote. But Don, she was...
Hazelnut, that he is not being charged in Utah. I have gone through this. The cops have already said they're not arresting him. It was all a lie. I don't know what part of the brain can't get through. It was all a lie. Utah police went to the jail to see him. They went on because they had to go. They are not arresting him. Nothing is coming of it. It was all a lie. You know who called out that lie from day one? That was me.
5.
And that was her video. I thought it was great. I thought the end was awesome. But I did. I told her, I said, I give you credit for being able to watch it, because I could not even watch him. There is no yet. There is no yet justice. Don is not being arrested. Don is not being charged like Chris said. It is not happening. They already stated nothing will come out of this. They have to go talk to him for, regular, they got to talk to him. There is nothing happening in Utah. Utah has already stated it. Utah, I forgot where I read it, but Utah has already stated they're not pressing charges against Don. Nothing will come out, most likely nothing will come out of their visit. They came and visited him and nothing came out of it. Don is not going to jail. Don is not being arrested. This was all bullshit put out by Chris McDouche. I'm telling you, and again, I called this out before it even started. And who was right? Yes, I was. And I'm sorry that people hate the fact that I am right about a lot of fucking these kind of things. But this is common sense. It's all you have to do is read the laws and you would know that nothing is happening. It was all fucking bullshit. But hey, good for Chris. He got to 100,000 subs, lying his ass off to people. You and I disagree on some things, but I still admire your ability to be the one that speaks your mind, no matter who agrees. I did call the DA's office. Nothing is happening. Nothing. It is all bullshit. Dude is an alcoholic, but move along with your denial. Who, Chris or Don? Subs, views, and money. That's right. And he certainly got enough of them. Hazelnut, I don't care if you know the Pope. I don't care who the fuck you know personally. I have a feeling you're Mary or one of the two involved. And honestly, nothing is going to happen. Nothing. It was all a lie. Chris needs some better fitting dentures. I know, I can't stand the way he talks either. I can't watch him. That's why I said good for her for being able to watch it, because I couldn't. You know the Pope? Sweet. Random, but are you using someone else to go live? Discord and I use Melon app. Oh, is that why it's happening? Because even Melon app is acting really funky. Except from the beginning, when his niece did the first interview, she said that the police said they probably won't do anything to come of that because it's been so long. Exactly. We call that strange dude. I'm telling you, he's so full of shit. And he's got all these people buying into his bullshit. And yeah, just do some research. I mean, people knew Ted Bundy and Charles Manson. They said they were good people too. I mean, come on now. Chris is a liar. Plain and simple.
Mom.
What?
Can I turn off the AC and open my window?
Yeah, that's cool out. Yeah, it is cool out, right?
Yeah.
I give up Hazelnut. Sorry. Yeah, Hazelnut is one. I have a feeling Hazelnut is like Mary or something. And he sold Mary a whole bunch of bullshit. Total bullshit. He did take us inside their home. Yes, he did. I totally agree with you, Hazelnut. That is the one thing he did. 100% agree. Oh, I'm sorry. Looking beyond. There's no statute of limitation. Yes, there is, Hazel. Yes, there is. Look it up. And again, you're going by Chris selling you a dream. And like I said, I have a feeling you're Mary or somewhere related to the case. Chris sold you a dream. Utah DA says nothing is coming of it. Nothing. They're not doing anything. So keep dreaming. And believe me, if I'm wrong, I'll bite my foot. But I'm not wrong. Not in Utah. I live in Utah. No, it was in Utah. That's where they was allegedly expediting him to, was Utah. And now you're saying not Utah? Yeah, they said it was Utah. Regardless, it's nonsense. It's all so Chris can get views. That's all it was. Sorry if you don't see that, but that's all it was. And again, he sold Mary this bullshit story that he has power, he has influence. Chris has nothing. Nothing. He's a washed up cop. He's a retired cop, plain and simple. No, I'm saying that Chris sold him a damn story. Is what I said. Stop blocking me, Laura. Nice name. But since you're not, you're going to get blocked again because you're not smart enough to even hear what I say. So, bye. Don't you pay for what he did to his victims? He admitted to saying it. Okay, you want to go there? I've already done this, but we'll do it again. Hold on. And then I'm giving this no more attention. Hold up. Does Utah have a statute of limitations on child sex crimes from 30 years ago? Thank you, Avery.
In the words of your great alumnus, Thomas Wolfe, the true fulfillment of our spirit, of our people, of our...
Ball sniffer.
Zach, why you can, monkey boy?
Why don't you put your thumb up your butt?
Thank you, Avery. All right. Simply put, Utah has no statute of limitations on most sex crimes. Generally allows prosecution at any time for 19 crimes, including the following crimes: rape and rape of a child. He did not rape a child. He was not an adult. He was a child himself. If a victim discovers sexual abuse only after attaining the age of 18, the individual may bring a civil action for such sexual abuse within 4 years. Civil actions for sexual abuse of a child. Utah Legislative 78B-2308. Child means under the age of 18. They were both children. He was also under the age of 18. He did not rape his sister while he was an adult and she was a child. That's not what happened. Therefore, about the sex crime does not follow under the same laws or the same guidelines. I've been through this already. Chris sold people a lie, a blatant lie. And if you want to read the full legislative, it's there. Here's the link. I'll give you the whole link. There's the link. No, I thought he was a child the whole time. I thought he was also a child. Then maybe I'm wrong, but I thought he was also a child. I don't know. The story has changed so many fucking times. Why was he playing house at 19? It ended when he was over 18. Now the story has changed. He tried to re-abuse her after he got out of jail. Okay, either way, hey, keep it real. Either way, it has nothing to do with my point. My point is Chris McDonough sold a bullshit story. That's what I said. I'm not debating whether it was real or whether it wasn't real. He started this when he was 9, and then it carried on till at 19. He did it to Jeannie for several years. Okay. And again, who the fuck? I'm not saying he is or he's not. All I'm saying is that he's not going to jail for it. That's all I'm saying. This was not about whether they're telling the truth, whether they're lying. It has nothing to do with that. Why has nobody talked about the mom and dad knowing but did not do anything about it all these years? And why did Jeannie kick her friend under the table when their friend tried to tell mom about Don? Not sure. I do not believe victims, period. Too many false accused. So is it egg or egg? Egg. It's egg. You're going to egg someone on. What did Chris McDonough? Okay. Hazel, I'm not going to spend my whole live fight. Would you like a link? Because that's the only way I'm going to address this anymore. I'm not going to sit here and fight with somebody and fucking chat. So either take a link or go bye-bye. To that, but yeah, the whole thing. Okay. Now we'll find out who she really is. Well. You didn't just find out, TF. There were no charges towards the allegations. You're 100% right, Violet. I agree with that too. We've been knowing that we've been knowing there's no statute of limitations. You're right. And they flew all the way from one point of the country to the other point just to speak to Don. Just to talk to Don about it. And guess what they did? 0. I think sex charges are way higher on the totem pole than a probation violation or parole violation. I don't even think it was parole. I think it was probation. So if they were going to do anything, yeah, sexual charges of a minor would be way higher than some parole violation for drinking. Nothing is going to come of this. Like I said from day one, if it does, I'll bite my foot right on a live. I will bite my foot. That means I will put my foot in my mouth, but I haven't had to do it yet. Hey, Wild Fox, and I don't plan on starting now. Okay, according to Chris M. Chris M is lying. Call the Utah District Attorney, little Dave. You'll find out for yourself. He is lying. A sex charge has much more weight than a parole violation. They can take him. He's not in jail for murder. He's not there for some violent crime. They could take him if they wanted to. I didn't just find out who the fuck. People have been saying that forever. What I just found out is that he was 19. I thought he was a kid. That's the only thing that's changed, is I thought he was a kid. And CM is definitely a con artist. I know. That's what I'm saying. And the person didn't take a link. So I'm done with the conversation. Done. It's boring me. Tennessee don't want him. They'd be pleased. Exactly. They'd be pleased to give him to Utah. The whole point is Chris McDonough is a liar. A liar and a fraud. No, they do have a statue. I was thinking child. For some reason, I thought Don was a kid when he did it. I took a link but could not get in. Why? I don't see you. There's the link again. Little Dave, please stop believing Chris on every word he says. The man has not been right yet. He was wrong about Jamie. He was wrong about Nomadic Trek. He was wrong about Don and Candace. The man has yet to be right. And yet he has people flying over him, like you, that believe every word this man says. It's mind-blowing. Absolutely fucking mind-blowing. Okay, thank you, Twin Cities. Thank you. Don has never admitted to doing anything when he was 19. I didn't think so. So I'm not crazy. Hey, Happy. That's an Ernie. I know,
Please,
right?
I'm not joined.
There we go. Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
So I don't want to take over your life. I'm not trying to run it. I just jumped
turned
in.
your camera off.
Pardon me?
I turned your camera off.
That's awesome because I've got big bed head. But I don't want to ruin your, I'm not going to monopolize your life, and I don't want to talk about it. I don't have hardly anything to say about it other than I happen to have some inside information and not inside, just Utah information. I know there's no statute, just like you read.
Yeah.
And the abuse started when Dawn was 12 and Jeannie was 5. So there's no charges that can come from that. They were both children. But those actions continued until Dawn was 19.
But Don never admitted to that.
Yes, he did. He admitted to it on a live, on the phone to Chris. I heard him.
He said when he was younger, not when he was 19.
Yes, he also said that he'd already taken care of it. And in another way, he admitted it to Mary on a recorded line. He admitted it to Mary.
No.
He said, I've already said.
No. He said to Mary, why are you doing this to me? I didn't do anything.
Okay. There's been another recording since then. Another phone call with Mary. And I've heard it. And he said that he thought he'd made everything right with Jeannie already. And that he didn't know what the big deal was. You know, it happened when they were much younger. And he's not talking when he was 12. He's talking when he was 19.
How do you know?
Because she got him to say it. Have you listened to that recording?
No.
You should, because it would change your mind. Then you would go, oh, okay. It really doesn't have anything to do with Chris McDonough, other than he kind of set up a way for Mary, told Mary who to go to, Mary and Jeannie, and their Jeannie's daughter. So I believe that charges will come.
Mary also says, if you stop this, I'll make this all go away.
Mary said, if you stop this, I'm sorry, what?
Someone said in chat that Mary said, if you stop this, I will make this all go away.
That Mary will make it all go away?
That's what someone in chat said.
I haven't heard Mary ever say that. The last I heard from Mary, it's probably been a couple weeks ago, that's not even in the cards. But even if Mary said, I'll make it all go away, it's Jeannie who's the person who called TBI with the information. She called the day after Summer went missing. Jeannie called TBI and told them what had happened to her at Summer's age by Dawn. And it's relevant information, even if there's no one knows what he did to Summer. But there's at least 5 other people besides his 2 stepsisters and his niece that have also come forward. And all of those cases are with the DA right now. So they've already gone through the law enforcement piece, and now they're with the DA, who will decide if they're going to make a case. The DA has not been here to see Dawn in Tennessee, did not come to Tennessee. That was like the detectives.
Yeah.
So now it's been turned over to the attorney. And so I don't know a time frame, but I believe it will happen. And part of that is because Don is a career criminal. He's been in prison on 3 different occasions. Anyway, I don't want to argue with you, and I don't mean to come across as a know-it-all, because you're right. There could be a chance that the DA might say, nah, I don't want to look at this case. But we see cases all the time that are being adjudicated that are just like this, because the laws have changed. There is no statute of limitation. It could be another 20 years before Jeannie came forward, and if Don was still alive, he'd go to prison if he was charged.
Yeah, but Jeannie, and as far as I understand, and I could be wrong, but as far as I understand, nobody called TBI until Chris got involved.
Okay, so Chris got involved about 3 weeks after Summer went missing, but Jeannie called TBI on June 16th.
Okay.
I know those facts. I don't pretend to know every little thing about this. I just know what the law is in Utah. I know when Jeannie called TBI, and I know that Chris, at least that's when he started interviewing, is between 3 and 4 weeks after Summer went missing.
Okay.
So,
and also, don't mistake me. I'm not saying Don's a good guy, and I'm not saying that Don didn't do these things. That wasn't my point. My point is that Chris is selling people a dream that's not going to happen. That's my point.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But in your mind, why do you think it's a lie, that what Chris is saying?
Because when someone I know called TBI, I'm sorry, not TBI. I spoke to Utah, and I also read this somewhere. I just can't remember where. They said that there's nothing that's going to come of this. They have to follow up. They have to go speak to Don just because it's protocol.
Yes.
But nothing's going to come of it. They're not arresting Don. They're not pursuing charges, but they do just have to speak to him. But Chris then went on and on and on and on, saying how this is going to happen and that's going to happen. No, Chris, it's not going to happen, right out of their mouths. They're not doing anything. That's what I'm saying.
Do you know the person? Who got that information from the DA's office, who gave out that information?
No, but I know that part that I said about, they said that I read that. I read that somewhere. I just can't remember who.
On someone's channel?
No, I read it in a paper or maybe an article somewhere, but I definitely read somewhere that Utah police said that they were not, and it was like credible. I'm not saying like not credible, but it was a credible source that said, Utah police went to visit Don Wells to speak to him about the incidents that his, I think, sisters or stepsisters were charging him with. And just wanted people to know nothing is coming of this. It's protocol. We just have to go talk to him. I just see, I'm not one of these people that remembers where I see everything. I don't screenshot everything. I just don't do that.
And
But
we'll
I
just have to wait and see.
remember reading that.
They may decide, no, we're not going to do it. I mean, I don't really think that Chris is going to determine it. I mean, Utah's going to decide whether they do it or not. I think Chris is just kind of telling us how, in my mind, how as far as I know Chris, I think he's just kind of saying, yeah, in my experience, this is how it happens. This is how it goes down. And, I think he does, he knows Dawn better, way better. I don't know Dawn at all, but he's had, a few conversations with Dawn. And, we could be, maybe I'm going to be wrong. Maybe there'll be nothing come of it. But I know what the law is. And since he was 19 and still doing it, well, if he was 12 then he's liable. And why wouldn't he be? He was an adult.
I just don't remember him admitting it at 19.
He admitted it, and he's actually asked Jeannie not to tell anyone in the past. So I don't know why he would be worried about that if it wasn't going to affect him. So we'll just see what happens. I mean, I think he's had a sad life as it is. I don't hate Dawn Wells or Candace. I think they've had hard lives. They've made bad choices. And every one of us have made choices. Not to that extent, hopefully, a lot of us. I mean, but I think we still have to just, show them respect. And
all right, let me ask you this. Do you find it odd that she didn't say anything? And this is just a question.
Okay.
She didn't say anything until after Summer went missing, where maybe if she would have reported it all along, Summer wouldn't have gone missing if Don's involved?
So this is what I do know. Jeannie and Mary are biological sisters.
Okay.
And their mother married Don's father. So Dawn and these girls are step siblings. There was an incident that happened to Mary and in her teens with Dawn. And Mary put her foot down and said she was going to the police department and reporting it. And her stepfather, Dawn's biological dad, put his foot down and said, no, you're not. And if you do, this family's over with. I'm divorcing your mom, and you guys are on your own.
Okay.
And she has told that story. So the same thing happened to Jeannie, because Jeannie's a bit younger than Mary.
Okay.
And when the case happened, when he came back from being in prison the first time and he was 19, and he went right into her room and did the same thing he'd been doing before he went to prison, she said enough. Went out and told her mom and stepdad, I can't stand it anymore. I want to turn him in. And it was the same story. You turn him in, you say another word, and this family is done.
So why aren't the parents being held responsible?
Isn't that a good question? I wish there were statute of limitations on things like that. Because I think it's one of those things where, it's a learned behavior. Sex abuse or SA, as I guess I should say, it's a learned behavior. Most likely, Dawn experienced that from someone else. And he's passing it along. I don't think that someone else wants his family or himself ripped apart. They just want it to go away and go under the table. And that's how most abusers are.
Let me hold up 1 second, because I feel like you're speaking right out of Chris McDouche's mouth.
Oh,
all,
I have my own mind, my own degree.
Generally speaking, that yes, it could be a learned behavior, but Jeffrey Dahmer's dad wasn't a sexual deviant. Ted Bundy's dad wasn't a sexual deviant. There's many, many cases in the history of the world where people that were sexual deviants did not learn it from their dad. And Chris McDonough made it a big point to put it out there that everyone, Don, it must be his dad. He did a whole live about it. That it must be his dad.
It's not. No one suspects the dad of doing it. The person that the girls have said, because they've gotten this information over the years from Don's biological sister. His sister stayed with the mom. He has two biological sisters. They stayed with their mom. Don went to Utah and lived with the dad. Therefore, he was with Trish and Jeannie and that family. But those girls have told Mary and Jeannie that Don's stepfather, now, not the one that she married on, that was on Ben Hill.
Okay.
Not the Goad guy. Wasn't his last name Goad? Not him. Her second marriage was to a man that was very abusive and allegedly sexually abused Don. And that was one of the reasons why Don came to live with his biological dad and Jeannie and Mary's family.
Okay.
Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's trying to I don't know. I really can only speak for myself and what I know. And I definitely don't intend to sound like Chris, or I'm just speaking from what I know.
Okay.
And believe me, I'm not just a pushover. I don't just believe everything.
No, I'm not saying you do. It just, that was one thing that I wanted to scream at Chris about, that, yeah, it could be a learned behavior, but it's not definitively a learned behavior. Some people are just wired wrong.
You're right. But I think there's a big difference. I want to think there's a big difference between Don and Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, I know that they both, well, potentially, Don allegedly abused some children. But Jeffrey Dahmer, I mean, he's eating people. Don's not doing anything like that, or hasn't murdered anyone that we know of. So
how do we know? Maybe he
well,
is.
we don't know, but I mean, nothing like that has ever come up. So I don't know. I think Don really wants to be a good person, but he has made some bad choices starting at a very early age and been in and out of the system and continued to make bad choices. But I think deep down, Don wants to do the right thing.
I agree.
Yeah. And I think poor Candace, and I'm not saying they shouldn't be held accountable if they did something to Summer, because they should, but I think she had just as bad or worse of an upbringing as Dawn, probably worse. I mean, if you look at what happened to her, as a teenager, her mom leaves the family for another woman. That's got to be really hard to take. And we know, we see what Grandis is like. We know that Grandis has a brother who is a real sexual deviant who has spent many years in prison for that.
Yep.
Maybe he got to Grandis. Maybe he got to, Candace and her sisters. We don't know, but I don't think she had a family life. I know we all still make our choices and we're accountable for them after we're, of age. But some of these people had no chance based on their, the life they had growing up, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Two missing people from one family. I agree with that, Justice. That is kind of very odd.
The two missing people from one family, very odd. They're just odd. I mean, and what excuse can you use for that?
But I don't think that's related.
I don't think they're related either. I just don't. I think they're very dysfunctional. And possibly Rose.
Dysfunctional is an understatement.
Dysfunctional. So I was going to say possibly Rose Bly was very dysfunctional. I mean, Candace is very dysfunctional. So things happen to people like that.
I feel bad for Candace. She has had one hell of a life.
Yeah. And it breaks my heart to see people just, yeah, she should pay for what she's done, if she's done it. But you can't, like, punish her before you know she did it. That's my feeling. We don't know if she did or didn't do anything. I mean, we know that they had a bad, dirty, filthy house and, you know, that the kids weren't taken care of. Well, we can surmise that because CPS was involved. But, I mean, as far as, like, big-time crimes, we don't know. So I feel like, why is everyone already punishing her and judging her?
I agree.
So, anywho, I appreciate you giving me a link, letting me come up, because you know how chatting can be. You do it in as few words as you can, and sometimes it sounds like, oh, God, that girl thinks she's a know-it-all and knows everything, and I don't. I just know the things I do know. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I thought this was a wonderful conversation, but it hasn't changed my mind about Chris. I still think Chris is a douchebag, liar, and piece of shit.
And that's totally you get to choose that. You get to have that. I'm not going to try to change your mind on that because we can agree to disagree.
I agree.
mean, yeah. So what I've known and you know, what I know of Utah state law and what I know from Mary and Jeannie and Trish, I would not be surprised to see Dawn charged in Utah. It might, you know, maybe it won't happen.
Yeah,
it's taken a long time.
It's not going to happen.
So,
like I said,
would never be one to say, "Oh, it's going to happen," because I mean, like, things happen all the time. You
but remember, Chris McDonough told everybody this was happening, and that this was he did this. He wanted pats on the back for it. That's what I'm talking about. Now,
I'll agree that he gets a little bit gung-ho, you know, on things that I'd be more careful saying. But then again, I don't have the career background that he has, you know. So, and I'm sure there's things about the case that I don't know, too. So.
You don't know any less than he does. That's what bothers me. People think that Chris is inside. He's not. He doesn't work this case. He doesn't know anything more than any other YouTuber. He doesn't have inside connections. Nobody on the inside is giving him information on the outside. This I know for a fact. The cops can't. Like his old precinct, maybe. They may be able to give him information. But Tennessee cops, when he's never worked in Tennessee, are not giving him personal information just because he's an ex-cop. They can't. It's illegal.
They shouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. That he acts like he knows so much more. Chris, you don't know any more than anybody else. But he lies and tells people he does because it makes him sound important. I've heard him do it.
The Brian Laundrie thing, who, you know, the person that he thought was Brian Laundrie.
Yeah.
There's kind of an issue there. Yeah, I felt at the time like, ooh, I don't know if I would dare to come out and say those things. But then again, I feel like, you know, he has more experience than I do in that kind of thing. But it turned out he was wrong. So we can all be wrong.
Instantly was wrong. Because there was certain, you look through the guy's profile, it was so blatantly obvious this was not Brian Laundrie. And I just couldn't believe he kept going on. I'm like, I did a live about it. I'm like, Chris, you were so dead ass wrong. And he didn't quit.
I've got to admit, I don't see a lot of lives. So it's kind of good when I catch one.
Yeah.
I enjoy them.
To the chat, I've heard briefly about Dylan Rounds, but I've been so embedded in this website that I really haven't looked at anything.
His mom, Dylan Rounds' mother. Have you heard about her?
No, I haven't. I
She
really haven't heard anything about the case.
she is a bulldog.
Okay.
She'll run this investigation herself because apparently, see, the Lucin, Utah is right on the border of Elko, Nevada.
Okay.
And so I guess there was a lot of controversy on which one of those law enforcement should be handling the case, and no one was really handling the case. And so she and her ex-husband, Dylan's father, have done their own investigations, got private companies to come in. I haven't checked in the last few days. The last time I did hear something about it is they had no new leads, no leads, period.
Okay.
But it's kind of like the ball had been dropped. They went out there the very day after he had gone missing, and law enforcement did come out there with them, but they walked all over what would have been the crime scene. They handled the kid's boots were found outside, and he only has the one pair of boots.
How old was he?
He's 19. He's an adult.
Where did they think he went? Do they think drugs were involved, or?
No, they don't think that drugs were involved. Of course, they could be wrong, but he is one of those kids that's kind of comes around not very often. I didn't have a child like that, but he lives to work. He's a farmer.
Okay.
He's had his own farm out there in a place that's very hard to grow anything. And he's growing things like, wheat, and I almost said weed, but wheat and, grains. And he's been successful three seasons. So he's out there planting, and he lives out there, while he's planting. His grandmother lives out there, so he's always in touch with his grandmother. He actually has a big, like a fifth wheel trailer that he lives in on the property, where next to those fields. And he's just extremely hard worker, and he works on his own, and he's had a couple of guys that have worked for him. And so I think they're really checking into those men.
Okay.
Because he hasn't been around many people at all. He's not active on social media. He's basically just like a workaholic, like, a 40-year-old man that's providing for a family of 8 kids, only he's got the mindset now. I think it's kind of cool, but I wish he wouldn't have been all by himself.
So what do they think? Well, here's my charger. What do they think happened to him?
Well, they do think foul play, because things are missing. He had a pistol, a wallet, his phone. There were a few things like that missing. And the one pair of boots that he has, and his mom, like a mom, she knows. She's like, they have to be this certain kind of boot. And he gets the same brand every single time, because that's how it has to be. And so when they found those boots, which were just over a pile of dirt, she knew they were his. And the boots had drops of blood on them.
Okay.
And the boots have never been processed.
Why?
She got into his truck. The keys had been taken to the truck. They broke out the back window, got into the truck, and she was going to drive it home away from there. And keep in mind that the sheriff's office is there, and they're saying, is that okay? Can we take it? Sure, just take it. Do you need any of this stuff? Nope, we don't need anything here.
Wow.
Yeah. I think there's going to be some, probably Utah Sheriff's Office that takes a hit.
And who's the barefoot bloody man?
The barefoot bloody man is someone that was hitchhiking and asked for a ride.
Okay.
And he told his mom on the phone, oh yeah, there was a hitchhiker, but I didn't pick him up. Well, it turns out that he really did pick him up, but he just didn't want his mom to know that. And people talked to him after that. There was no threat or fighting or bad feelings, or, because people keep keep thinking, well, maybe when his mom was saying, no, he didn't give him a ride. No, he didn't give him a ride. And so people were suspecting, well, maybe the guy's just really mad because he wouldn't give him a ride and came and got him at his, when he got out of his truck next time he saw him. But when the truth came out, yeah, he did give him a ride. He had told his daddy he gave him a ride. So he just didn't want the mom to know, because you know how moms are. You what?
Yeah.
You picked up a hitchhiker?
So we think it's the hitchhiker that did this?
I don't even think they think it's the hitchhiker because there was no, he did what the hitchhiker asked for. He gave him a ride and let him out where he wanted to go. And, I could see maybe if the guy thought, hey, I'd really like that truck, but the truck wasn't taken. There were no bad terms. There was no fighting. He actually talked to his family members after he'd given the hitchhiker a ride.
The truck had been, yeah, but that didn't mean the trucker didn't come, the hitchhiker didn't come back to kill him after.
True. For no reason. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he was on drugs and just thought, I didn't like that kid and I really want his trailer or his, who knows, he wanted something. Usually you kill someone to get something, but according to Dylan, he didn't know the hitchhiker. It wasn't someone he knew.
What's interesting though is, to me, my first gut instinct, now again, I knew nothing about the case other than the name, but from what you just told me, my gut tells me that the hitchhiker may be the murderer, because whether he had a reason or not, I believe the hitchhiker went back and for whatever reason killed him.
That and the other thing is there's right over the state line into Nevada, there's a little town called Montello, and that's the closest place to, like, if you wanted a burger. They're not burger chains, but just like a little bar that has burgers and fries and drinks, and he had been there the night before, so he could have been in contact with other people. It's not like he just sat in his trailer, farmed, and then sat in his trailer again. So I think that they're also trying to find out who he came in contact with at the bar. Okay. But there were no cameras at the bar, the mom said. So it's just really, it's sad. And I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I just think it's sad because 19 is still a baby to me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I just couldn't stand it if my 19-year-old, I don't have any that young anymore, but I couldn't stand it if I thought one of them was out there so far away from everything.
So when I'm back to the hitchhiker for a second, though, because my mind keeps coming back to the hitchhiker. He was hitchhiking after Dylan went missing?
No, before. Before Dylan went missing, this guy was hitchhiking somewhere close by to where Dylan was driving back and forth to, and Dylan gave him a ride. And and maybe it's just confusing when I say he told his mom he didn't give him a ride, but he told his dad he did. And he told his mom he didn't because she's a mom and he didn't want her to worry.
But then he went back into town asking about Dylan a day later. So then I might be right.
Yes, it could be the hitchhiker. The mom said that there's like a city that's not a city. It's just like squatters that have taken over this. It's desert. They've just taken over things. They just squat out there on little pieces of land and kind of go out there they go out there in the first place because they want to be anti-government, anti-laws. They want to handle things all on their own. So that is a nice mix of people out there. The hardworking farmers and the anti-government folks. And not just anti-government folks. People who do not work and never plan on working and would rather steal from others.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the hitchhiker went back the next day asking about Dylan.
If he went back asking about Dylan, I didn't hear that part, but he could have asked about Dylan.
But he went back to the same area.
I think he lives in that area. I think he's a squatter.
Okay.
And that's not my term. That's what they were saying. What they were calling them. But basically homeless people who also have a kind of an agenda.
Now, my initial instinct, the hitchhiker, like this is what I keep feeling, is that the hitchhiker did it. The hitchhiker went back the next day and killed him.
It kind of makes a lot of sense.
But again, I know nothing about the case other than what you just told me.
Yeah, and it sounds like I don't know much more than you do. I just listened to the mom was on Judy Ron's live the other night, and Search was going to be helping her search over this last weekend. I shouldn't just say her because the dad is very involved as well. Stepdad and biological dad are very involved. So I'm so glad the parents are so on top of it, because I really think we've hit on a sheriff's department that is not equipped, or they don't have much action. So they don't have much experience.
Okay.
Like on the basics, of gather up things that, like the boots, like the truck, there's could be blood evidence in the truck. No, it's never been tested. They've driven that truck home.
People in chat were saying that the truck was washed totally clean or something.
Yeah, it had been power washed. The mother noticed when she got there that, wow. And here's the thing. He'd been talking to his grandma. Grandma talked to him last. And I can't remember the exact dates, but at the very end of May. The grandma was talking to him last, and he said, Grandma, I got to get going because I got to get my seed in under the barn because it's going to rain. It's starting to rain. And so, he's all worried about his crops. And that's the last that anyone ever heard of him. Well, it did rain out there, and it was muddy and gucky, and the sand out there is kind of like silt, and it just sticks to everything. So this truck, it's kind of a cherry maroon. It's not bright red, but kind of it's a color that shows the dirt. It had been totally power washed, clean and shiny. They'd washed everywhere except for the wheel wells. And so they'd done the rims and the tires, looking so good. And then you look under the wheel wells, and it's just thick, caked with mud. Now, hopefully, and I saw this on the video that the mom and the stepdad took with their phones. The police never took the truck. And hopefully they could still get some information. I mean, they could find out a lot of stuff from that mud on the wheel wells, different dirt that comes from different places, fibers, a lot of stuff.
But they're probably thinking, well, he's missing, but the truck's not, and we're going to find DNA in it because it's his truck. So maybe that's how they were thinking.
Yeah, but wouldn't you be trying to find someone else's DNA in it?
Oh, someone said
they know. Yeah, someone else has been in that truck. So mom said, when the sheriff said, yeah, you can take the truck home, and so they broke out the back window, and just didn't want to leave it out there for someone to vandalize it or steal stuff off it. So she said she went to get in the truck, and it was the seat was pushed so far forward that she could barely get herself in. She's 4'11", and so she said that's where I'd have the seat. Her son is 5'11". He would never have the seat up that close to the steering wheel. He wouldn't be able to get in. But that's where it was when she got in.
Well, in all fairness, though, without even asking any more questions, my initial response is there are times that I'll clean my car and I'll push the front seat all the way up to clean the back and never put it back until I get in it. So it's possible that happened too.
That could have happened. Yep. I don't think he was the one focusing on cleaning his truck because it was raining and he was trying to get his seed put away. But, you know, we may find out there's no witnesses that they know of yet. So I'm glad I'm not in law enforcement. All this would drive me crazy. I want cameras everywhere so that I can just pull it up and look.
Now, sandwich maker. Interesting you say that because that was my other point. Are there any families out there that were jealous that he was farming and being successful? Were there any other farming families out there that were going under?
I think he was pretty much farming out there on his own because he had been told, you'll never make it work out there. The soil's just not right. You'll never get it to grow out there. So I don't think there's a lot of farming out there because like it is desert. But I only know what I've heard the mom speak to Judy Ron about. So I don't have any personal knowledge.
Okay.
I just know from driving, you know, not that we've ever stopped in Lucien or Montello, the bar or anything. I mean, it's just a very, very, very remote.
So why was the I guess there was evidence that he had a 60-year-old boyfriend that the family didn't know about? What?
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe any of that.
I did see if anyone on here watches well, I don't need to say the channel, but I have heard that there is another young 19 or 20-year-old that is missing from a county in Nevada, and kind of the same story, just kind of came up missing, has not been found. What is that boy's name? His last name is Clune.
Okay.
And he's a young boy. Now he's been missing. He went missing in April, and this Dylan went missing in May. I don't know. Is it some kind of a trafficking?
Hold on, Alexis. I was wondering the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, I hope that's not the same person.
I hope that, yeah, I hope it's two completely separate things, because if it's going the same way, and that's, you know, you really have to think about trafficking.
Yeah. Yeah, not at 19.
Which I hate to think about.
A 19-year-old boy, I did nah. But my other question is who was the guy naked?
I don't know. Who was the guy naked? Was that the hitchhiker?
The hitchhiker was naked or not naked.
He didn't have shoes on.
Okay.
And so the mom thought, well, maybe he took his boots or something. No, she first thought Dylan was wearing his boots. But then when she found the boots, she knows that Dylan is barefooted because he doesn't have any other shoes there. And they didn't take the boots. It wasn't like, you think your boots are so hot, you know, we'll see. The boots are just there, thrown over a pile of dirt. Not like hidden, not like buried or.
Yeah, why would he be off of Monkey Mars channel? Doesn't even come up for me. Why would he be off? Like, he wouldn't take off without shoes on.
No. And it's kind of hard to. What were they doing? Dragging him by his feet to get his boots off? I can't imagine he just like, here, let me just take off my boots before we go.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Piece of shit. Yeah. Her and I got one.
Yeah, this is that same fucking PI. Please. This PI is an idiot.
Is it a PI that I know?
It's the PI from fucking Voices. Voices.
Voices, like the voices behind the wall?
Not Voice Behind the Wall.
Okay, that's the only voices I know.
Yeah, this guy, let me tell you what happened. I
Okay.
was asking to find out about this YouTuber
Uh-huh.
who did not stop harassing and stalking me. And I had gotten all the information. I contacted him to see if I have all the right information. And he didn't know anything other than I was able to find online. So I'm sitting there listening and I'm like, okay, I already gave that to you. 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 Like, give me something that I don't have. He never produced anything that I couldn't find myself or that I didn't find myself. So yeah,
And now he wants you to pay him, or
what?
and
No,
now he would.
No.
Okay, good.
I'm just saying that, like, he has no credibility with me as a PI because he didn't find anything else that I didn't know already.
That's
Like,
very scary when YouTube becomes real life, because you suspect it's from someone from YouTube, right?
oh, I know it's someone from you. I know exactly who it is. But the point is, it's like I gave him all her information, and I was hoping that he would give me something new. Like, he confirmed it was her, but
you already knew that.
I already knew that. Like, okay, thanks for the confirmation, but can you get me something I don't know? Like, I gave him her kids' names, his name, or her wife's name, his ex-wife, her ex-husband's name. Like, I gave him all the info. And he told me nothing new. So when I hear he's a PI on a case, I have to laugh. So what happened with why'd the parents fire him?
Are you talking to one of them?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Why did the parents fire who?
James Terry.
Oh, are you talking about Jim Terry?
Yeah.
You are talking about, that's another case. You're talking about the girl, Barsati?
No. Jim Terry was the PI or is the PI for Dylan. But I was just explaining to you what my experience with him is. Like,
well, that's interesting because I heard Jim Terry on a totally different case, the Barsati case, the woman who they recovered just recently, who had been missing for a year. She supposedly had an accidental drowning in Montana.
I don't know.
He was the PI for that family. And I was listening to a channel and he wanted to come on, but he basically, is he on here right now?
Is he what?
Is Jim Terry on here right now?
No.
Okay. So, not that I guess I would even care if you heard this, but he was very condescending and talked over the channel creator. And it was a very uncomfortable situation. And I was proud of her. She took control and boundaries and goodbye.
Okay.
So he does not know when to stop talking. And
agreed.
That was my observation.
And it's funny that you say that because that's another thing. Like, if you're a PI, you need to listen, not speak.
Yeah, and you can't get a word in edgewise when he is speaking.
Exactly.
And when you're speaking, you can't even finish your sentence because he's going to talk right over the top of you.
Yep. I yelled at him on Molly Go Lightly's channel. I was like, shut the fuck up and let me talk. Because he doesn't. He doesn't let anyone have a word in.
Yep. James Terry goes by Jim. He was very rude to the channel that was really looking. They're still investigating that Barsati case. He was just so it's a hidden true crime, and he was just very rude, condescending, and I thought, oh, is she not going to say something to him? And she did, but very professionally. And she very professionally just clicked the button, and he was gone.
What did he find out about this case, about Dylan Rounds?
I don't know. I didn't know he was working on Dylan Rounds.
Yeah, that's who the private investigator is.
Wow. Maybe they should have talked to
Or was.
Warren Matthias before they hired him on. Wow. Maybe maybe he's really good at what he does. He just doesn't have very good people PR skills.
He got fired from the family. Yeah, Dylan Round's family fired him.
See, it didn't take long, did it? Because Dylan Rounds, that's happened sooner than the Barsotti case. That Barsotti case in mine has been going on for a whole year. And he just goes on and on about, he played professional football and college football and
Yep.
blah, 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 blah.
Yes, Candace, yes. But yeah, he goes on about his football and all this. Yeah, that's him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's interesting. You know how he is like one of those ambulance chasers, and
I agree.
My guess is that he is not well educated.
I agree with that too.
Mm-hmm. Not someone I would want messing up a missing person's case for me.
All right. Amelia said, but from what he dug up, they seem to be in denial from what was found out about their son. But you know what, Amelia? Maybe it's because it's pointless. Like, even if he was trans or bisexual, whatever he was, that still doesn't cause him missing. That's drama.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. That's beside the point.
That's exactly right. So it's, to me, it's not a matter of being in denial. Come up with something better than he had a history or he was, if my kid was missing, I don't give a shit if, she was trans, if she was really surgery, tell me what happened or how that plays a part in what is going on. Other than that, it's just fucking drama.
It's really not relevant unless it was some kind of a hate crime. You know what I mean? Like, unless someone was doing something or kidnapped him to do something with him against his will like that. But yeah, I don't really see what your sexual preference has to do with anything when you're.
He did say that, Alexis, that he only works on one case at a time.
Oh, so maybe he's already been fired from the Barsotti case.
Exactly, Crafty. It's just not relevant to the case. You guys better hit that thumb up. But yeah, it's just not relevant to the case. He is very self-absorbed.
Oh, I've not seen anyone like as blatant as he is, on I am all there is and I do this. I'm great and I, tell people this and this is just, it's just like, wow.
Yep. I
Can
agree.
you get over yourself?
He did the same thing on MGLs. I was like,
I bet she hated it.
Yeah.
And he didn't try to be condescending to her.
Oh, very condescending.
Yeah, that's how he was to Lauren. She finally was like, you know what? See you later.
Yeah, he's an asshole. Who is the lady speaking? Hazelnut. She's an ex-good friend of Chris McDonough. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not an ex-good friend.
I'm just kidding. She's a friend of Chris McDonough. We came up here to throw some fists at each other, and we ended up getting along.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad fight at all.
Nope.
I think you won. We both won.
Exactly.
That's right. We agreed to disagree on certain things, and we'll just have to wait and see how it comes out. I definitely don't wish for anyone to be charged with something that they're not guilty of. I don't want anyone to have to go through that.
You're getting a lot of positive feedback in my chat.
Oh, awesome.
Members,
I haven't really been looking at it. My eyes are I have such bad allergies right now. I've been kind of closing my eyes. I should pay attention.
Capone, I'm not an asshole. My mom.
Yeah, I'd
said,
like to see Jim on here just for 2 minutes doing what he does. You'd have him chewed up one side and down the other.
I have fought with him. I did it on Molly's channel. And it got
Yeah.
to the point I was like, just shut the fuck up. He did
And
calm down for a minute.
She what?
He did calm down after a minute.
Well, he got booted off once, and he thought that he had just lost connection, and so he came back on. And I thought, oh, I bet it'll be a lot less flamboyant. He would just, sit down and let Lauren ask the questions. But no, it was worse.
He doesn't do that. He won't
He's
do
condescending towards women.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't like that kind of thing.
I just think he's a narcissist, honestly.
Well, yeah, that too.
Much like McDonough. I'm just busting on you. I won't talk bad about him like that.
It's okay. I mean, everyone has the right to their own opinion, and that's what's great. When a channel is going good, then that's how it should be. You should be able to say your opinion without just getting blasted out,
I agree.
or invited up to talk, well, come up and tell me why you think this or whatever. And I admire the channel creators. I would never be one because I don't have that kind of patience.
I absolutely 100% unequivocally will always respect somebody that comes on panel. You may if you were running your mouth in chat, and not you personally, I'm saying anybody. If you run your mouth in chat and you want to fight chat, and you want to say this and you want to say that, okay, put your money where your mouth is and come up on panel. You want to have a conversation, I 100% will respect your opinions and bring you up on panel and respect your opinion. Respect you as a guest.
And I appreciate that. So
Sometimes
thank you.
I'll like you and sometimes I won't. I happen to like you.
Of course.
So we're good.
And it's okay. I mean, just so you know now, it's not like it's like texting, there's a lot of connotation there and inflection there that you just don't get because it's just the words. And so it could be taken kind of snotty. When I look back, it's kind of look like, yeah, I know everything and that's how it is and he will. And I was happy to have the invitation because I wanted you to know, no, it's just, I know this part and this part, but I don't know that Don's going to go to jail in Utah. I mean, I think there's a possibility that he could get charged there. But
it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, but anything's possible.
But like I said, Chris sold it as definitive. And thank you, Alexis. But Chris sold it as definitive. And I said bullshit. It's not definitive. So you're right. It's possible. And I won't deny that.
Yeah. And that's all I'd be willing to say is that it's possible. They at least have to look at it because there are no statutes of limitation. So we'll see what happens. I don't want Don charged with something he didn't do because he's managed to keep himself unincarcerated for the last 20 plus years, right? Until right now. He's in jail for breaking probation.
I agree.
So I think that says to me he was putting forth some effort to at least not get caught.
True.
I mean, and who knows? Maybe he was going to church. He was trying, and we'll have to give him that. He kept himself out of the jail for 20 years, and that's commendable for a man that had already been in the system 3 different times.
I agree. Totally agree. All right, but I'm going to shut this down. Don't worry, guys. I'm still showing the website. Hold on. So, but Hazel, I want to thank you for coming up.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
I don't belong too much.
And I'll look into the Dylan case more because, like I said, my instinct tells me it's the Hitchhiker. But again, the only thing I knew about this case was from what you just told me.
Yeah, so, and that's the best information that I have, and it's a few days old. So,
all right.
I got to listen. But thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was nice. That was a nice, pleasant guest. All right. So before I get off, because I slept this afternoon, I was up all night last night. No joke. And then I had a doctor's appointment today. So I didn't want to go to sleep. So I was up until 1 o'clock this afternoon. And I finally passed out till 8. So I'm like wide awake. But now I'm on like dating schedule. So as you guys know, I have been working my ass off on this website. I have been working literally 15-hour days for the last 3 weeks. And I kept changing it. And then I kept learning new stuff. And then once I learned new stuff, then I changed stuff. So it's not 100% ready yet. The logo is still wrong. I got someone working on it. And the payments are not 100% yet. I'll take Amazon Pay, Google Pay, Apple Pay, all of your major credit cards, Shop Pay, and I got to set up Sezzle. So here's the big reveal. This is what I've been working my ass off on. All right. So if you don't like it, I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Hold on. But it's not live yet. So you can't order yet. It's not live yet. All right. Give me your thoughts. Hang on. And who knows? I might change something now after I see something. Who knows? All right. Joseph, you ready? All right, here we go. See, the logo is not, I got to do my logo. It's just not right. We got to make this font bigger because it's not big enough. Okay. Collections, all different collections. And I'm going to click links after I show it. I had Sizzle, Christy. I had Sizzle on my old side. I just got to transfer it over. So you can order it this way as well. If you have any questions, here's your top questions. Subscription boxes. You want to contact me? So this was a pretty good page. This was hard. But this tells you all about crystals, magic, what it does for you, the elements of the earth. Tells you how to do an intention ritual. crystal healing. I have every crystal imaginable that I'm going to use is listed. Intention oils, soaps. Now, if you want to buy something, you click, I'm doing it the long way. Then you'll see a description. You pick what you want. It won't go through unless you pick it. You can see different pictures of what size each candle is. If you want to read more, here's a full description. Each candle has a number on it. It relates to numerology. This tells you about my wicks and stuff. This tells you about crystals. These are the size of the vessels. And this is my personal guarantee. Personal guarantee, or you get a free candle, is that I make everything in-house from my house, from my home studio. Guarantee that you will not find a true luxury candle like ours at this price without losing quality. I guarantee that if you find a candle on the market matching the same quality wax and quality fragrances or essential oils cheaper than ours, I'll send you a free candle. You will smell your candle from the minute you light it all the way to the end, and your candles will burn for the amount of time stated. That is a personal guarantee. And that's it. So then if you want to add it to cart, I got to look to see why it doesn't give you more, because you wouldn't even know what was in the cart. And then you go to your cart. Whoop. Hit yes. Check out. Whoop. It doesn't matter. I was going to say I just doxed myself, but it's the address. And that's it. And if I was to buy 2 candles, it would be $10 in shipping, and my total cost would be $60.87. And that's it. And then you continue to payment. And you can leave me a tip if you want to leave a tip. And then you have payment, Shop Pay, Amazon Pay. And I think that's the coolest. I do have chakra stones, yes. That is the coolest to me, is that you can pay with your Amazon account. I think that is awesome. I would love to be able to pay for shit with my Amazon account. Yep, it's all, hold on. I'll even go one step further and show you something else. Check this out. For some reason I can't do it on this page. I'll do it here. Is it gonna let me do it? It's not gonna let me do it that way. Hold on. Oh wait, hold on. This is what it looks like on a mobile. There's still a couple of things I got to fix on mobile. But if I went to rituals, it's not working. It's not showing. Oh, because I'm in preview mode. Let's see. So yes, it works on mobile. And that is what I have been busting my ass on for a month. A month. Yes, the subscription boxes are all changing and they're going to be amazing. They're all Zen based, which is why the names are Zen based. Everything is Zen based. The whole company is Zen based. But I am so proud of this. I am so proud of how far I've got, that I actually completed it within a month. Like I said, a couple little things still need to be fixed. I have so many scents, hazelnut. It really depends on what you like. If you like, that's another thing. I'll show you guys. Hold on. Let me get back to full mode. All right. So on, Oh. So on the collections, hold on. I try to make this as easy as possible for people. So if you want the food and drink collection, you just pull it up and then it'll show you the food and drink scents with pictures coinciding. Just in case you can't read it for some reason, every picture matches the scent. And then if you come back up here and you want, if you want inspiration candles that have different sayings on it. Thank you, Allie. I have worked my ass off on it. Or if you wanted summer scent, these are all your summer scents. And if there happens to be a scent that you do not see when you place the order, just tell me, because I have other scents I haven't put up here. I only put like the top 100 up. And yeah, I worked really hard on this and I'm very happy. Very happy. We need the chroma candle. I know, right? And like I said, there's a couple of little things I still need to fix, the logo being a big one. But I have a designer working on that. And I have vanilla. I have a couple of different vanilla. Woodsy scents are more in... Oh, that's the other thing. Hold on. That I know my regular candle customers are going to be thrilled about. If you come down to description, guess what? You see the notes. Like in cotton candy, strawberry, French vanilla, grapes, sugar, berries. All in there. So everyone told me, what note is this? What note is that? It's all listed. Every single candle has every note listed. The wax that I'm using, what scent class it's in. I've done this for every single candle and I listed 100. And the dimensions of the vessels. If you're looking for a specific size, here's the dimensions of the vessels of each size. And the price that you see is for the 4 ounce, unless there's only 9 ounce ones, then it's like if you click on that, it'll tell you the price. And normally, I don't know why it's not changing. It's supposed to tell you the price, maybe because it's in preview mode. I have to look into that. Because that should have changed. Maybe I messed up. Let's try a different one. Because if that doesn't change, that's a problem. Why is it not changing? All right. See, it's only showing the 4 ounce. I don't know why it's not working. Nope. It's not working. It's only showing the 4 ounce. I wonder why. Oh, and then $99 free shipping. So this bar will tell you how much more you have to go to free shipping. I don't know why it's glitching like that. That's kind of weird. It's not supposed to do that. Oh, and you'll see a candle even for the soaps, only because it made it easier for me. Okay, I don't know why this isn't changing prices. I have to fix that. But yeah, so you guys get a general idea. But I know that I'm going to have some trial and error when I begin, when I open it. But this should be changed. This was changing prices before. I don't know what's wrong. But 9 ounces of 31, 14 ounce of 35, 8 ounces 28, and a 12 ounce clear without a top, and a 6 ounce are both 25. So if you're looking to save money, go with the clear glass. That's 25. And that's it. That is why I have been MIA and busting my ass for millions of hours on a day. But I've been up, especially this last week. I have literally been up for 15-hour days. No joke. Like, I shit you not. And that's it. That is the website. And I am so excited that I can take Amazon Pay. I really am. Now I have an Amazon merchant account. I will be putting stuff on Amazon soon. And that's it. I have come a long way, right, Sunspear? But I am. I have to say, I'm very proud of the website. It was worth all the hours that I've been up. And I'm excited. I really am. I'm proud of it. I'm excited to start putting it out there and really doing marketing right. And yeah, the current website that I have is my old one. And that is intrepidcandlecompany.com. And I know for everybody that's got orders out, I have not forgotten you. I have come a long way. I'm so excited though. I am proud. I really am. I put a lot of work in this, a lot of heart and soul. Thank you, Candace. And, then I kept changing it. I was changing it all the way to, tonight. I'm like, oh my God, I don't like this. How do I change this? And so my daughter's like, no, the logo is fine. I said, no, it's not. Then I'm not even sure of what I want to call it. Do I want to call it like Energy Crystals and Candles, but it's too long. So I like Energy CC. Then I was putting the wrong address on the label. It's just so much. It was worth it, Joseph. I really am. I'm very proud of it. Like, I kept changing. I didn't like this. I didn't like that. This doesn't look right. I changed the homepage 36,000 times. I was laying in bed last night. I'm like, nope, I can't do it. I don't like the homepage. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like this. And it just, I had to really like it. There's a font I don't like, but I can't change it. So I'm like, fuck it. So I'll let you guys know when grand reopening is. I'm going to have specials. If the shipping, Loveland, if you tell me where you are, let me know about shipping. Because I'm going to try to hook up my shipping place to this place. And it'll be much cheaper. We've had 4,000 label designs. Ouch. Yeah, no, I was putting the wrong address. I thought my address was Energy CC, but it's not. It's Energy CCS. I think CC was taken. The stepdad has disowned Mary and Jeannie for turning down in for the essay. That's typical. And by the way, you're going to see 20 in stock of everything because I just put 20 in stock of everything. But yes, I make all my own stuff right here in my studio. I know there's been some talk that I buy shit candles. No, I put blood, sweat, and tears into this company. And I made many mistakes along the way. But some people, I guess, can't make their own, have to down somebody else for it. No, sorry. I busted my ass honing in on my craft. Oh, I was Candace. It was like, this looks off, that looks off. I'm like, if I don't finish this, I'm never going to get it done. And I'm going to keep changing stuff over and over and over. But I'm finally happy that I showed you guys. But I was down to the wire. I just finished it at like 11:30. Because every time I change it, then I had to change the label. But the grand reopening, I'm going to have like 30% off specials and everything. Yes, I sell homemade lip balm, homemade soap that I don't make personally, and oils and crystals and oils. It is going to be a complete Zen company. And it's not going to be just candles, not going to be just oils, not going to be just crystals. It is a complete unearth your energy, unearth who you are. The mission behind the company is be better and become one with yourself. And it's following my own Zen principles that I've always had. And that is mind over matter. That if you believe in something enough, you can make it happen. And if you will yourself to something, you can make it happen. That's always been my beliefs. And I just transferred that into my business now. So, and it's going to, like on that page, the rituals, it explains everything. It explains the history of candle magic. The only part of candle magic that I do not agree with at all, and that's because I make them, is people talk about a flame, and a flame means something, but it doesn't. A flame just means that your wax is no good, your fragrance is no good. Like there's reasons why your wick is moving, and it's not a good thing. So that's the only part about candle magic I have to disagree with, and that's because I make them. The word is Zen, yes. And unearth your energy means, release yourself. Release all the negative around you. Release the negativity around you. And it took me months to come up with a slogan. And that was the slogan I came up with. And I was like, because, I was going to do discover, but I didn't like discover. So I came up with unearth. So basically, it's just release all negativity around you. And that's every candle follows that premise. Every oil follows that premise. And I'm excited. I really am. I got to get that logo finished. But I am going to release it before the logo because he doesn't know if he can do it in the next couple of days. So it's just going to have a small name on it. But other than that, it's all good. I just got to fix a couple little things. I got to tweak a couple little things, and that's it. Probably do the grand reopening. What's today? Tuesday? Probably Thursday. Then I could start living again. I got to clean my house. I got to do laundry. I literally have not done jack squat for almost a month. Yeah, unearth your energy. Thanks, Amber. It does sound magical, right? That's why I like it. I will. I'll find out about shipping. I know that I've shipped to South Africa, and for one candle, it was like $35, I think, for shipping. It wasn't that bad, but it was only one candle. But you can email me if you give me a town. Like I can look up a hotel if you don't want to give me your real address or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Just send me a town. Email me your town or something. And I can look it up. Like I've done that too. People aren't sure, so they'll just give me like their town or a town in the area, and then I could just look up a hotel. If you're going to do a big order, I can tell you that I sent a 12-pound box to the UK, and it was 100. I think it was like 101. I think. Thanks, Chris. I think it was like $101, $120, something like that. So I can always see if I can get a better rate than what the website offers. Because I know my last website, the company, the shipping for the UK, shipping overseas was insane. Absolutely insane. And that's it. Oh, and if you do a subscription in the US, all shipping is free, by the way. Shipping on subscriptions are free. Because I'm nice like that. And all right, so it's almost 4 a.m, and I'm like wide awake, but I'm going to go to bed because I have to. And that's it. I will see you guys tomorrow. If I'm not on tomorrow, I'll definitely be on Thursday. If you want a candle, don't forget, I will be sending out 30% off coupons for the grand reopening. And all candles will be 30% off. And that's it. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way out. And that's it. Thank you guys for super chats, PayPals, everything in between, cash apps. But let's get this business up. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Or definitely Thursday, though. All right? Have a wonderful night. And Loveland, just email me, and I'll get you a quote. Peace out. And, thank you to my wonderful guest for coming up. And I will see you guys later. Bye.